Hey everybody, it is January 29th. My name is Sarah Friel, and today I want to talk about controlled opposition, how to know when you're being tricked, when you're being manipulated by somebody that's an infiltrator. In any grassroots movement, anything that is being set up to make change, to make real change from outside the system, the establishment is going to come after us. But they don't do it directly. They're not going to, directly lay down the law on us. They're going to infiltrate, and they're going to try and join our team and corrupt it from within. Corrupt it from within, or cause divisive ideas. And I want to explain to you guys things that I've seen that show what a real grassroots movement is versus what controlled opposition movement is. So, I was watching this video where his name is Political Vigilante, and they were going over this website called yellowvestmarch.com, and I don't really agree with their assessment of it. I don't support this Yellow Vest March. I don't know, who's created it. I don't know personally. I tracked it. What I did, I went to the website. Okay, then they had a Facebook event page. It's all about researching. The information's there. You just got to find it. Okay, so you go to the event page, click Yellow Vest March. Okay, March to End Central Banks. Okay. Then we click team members. Who's running the page? Clearly, he's still, pro-establishment, because Trump is the establishment just as much as anybody else on the left. Look at him here. This is allegedly, from what I can see, the person that is, running this, or at least the person as the face of it. This, to me, does not seem like somebody who is genuinely, one of the people. This is genuine. I consider the Yellow Vest March to be associated with, blue-collar workers. This is not, this is somebody that's just a pretty face. So personally, I wouldn't recommend this. But the issue here is that these infiltrators, I think, in my opinion, they want to stop others from using the yellow vest. They want to divide it. They want to make so many different paths of the yellow vest that people don't know what to support. The difference between this and things like DNC fraud protests and obstruct the vote is that they have one major concept. With the DNC fraud protests, our main goal is to shut the DNC down, is to expose the DNC. I'll show you. We have actual facts.
Yeah. And in the primary, we were one of the last states.
They threw away your ballots.
Yeah.
They were still counting your ballots.
Before we got to that, before we got even.
And another sign is to a genuine protest is handmade signs. Genuine people that spend their money to come across the country. And I know that it's financially straining on people to join, but I figure, we do it as many times as we, financially can, and give people an opportunity to speak. This is somebody that joined us at the protest. They flew there themselves, and we passed around the megaphone and said, speak whatever you want to say. At these yellow vests, you're not going to see that. I guarantee you, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it at Democrat-hosted events or Republican events because they don't know how to be genuine. So what, our goal is to just show them.
Got to California. We saw what they did. We saw what they did in Nevada. We saw what they did in Arizona. We saw what they did in Puerto Rico. We saw what they did in all of the states. And like 11 of the states were identified and statistically impossible for her to have won. We saw all kinds of rigging, 1,000 paper cuts, death by 1,000 paper cuts. They tried every single dirty trick. They had their superdelegates. That was a given. And they had those in the pocket well before the primary. It was found that Clinton really ran the DNC before anybody had gotten into the race. So she had everybody in the bag, every dollar, you know, being donated, and she funneled all the state's money back to her own victory fund. She's done some really bad stuff, and so has the DNC. They've supported that stuff. They fed her questions. The media kept elevating Trump with their Pied Piper, and we.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You have to know what quality is, and I believe that the people that do things like this, they don't know what quality is because they are not quality. They don't really know what they're doing, or that they do. They're being paid to do it. And they mix things up. They mix things up like, obviously fluoride is an issue. Okay? Non-GMO foods, that's good. 100% safe vaccines, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Okay? We don't have the unity yet for all of this to happen. So this, you know, I mean, this to me seems like any other Democrat event. Now, this is not the defining definition of yellow vest. I actually think that me and Deb De La Piana, I think that we're going to have yellow vests at our protest in April. They are not going to be official yellow vests, but we're going to wear them, and we're going to show people that it's just a symbol. It doesn't give protest quality simply by wearing the vest. It takes work. It takes a united message, and this to me does not seem like a united message. It seems like vague statements, not real content, you know, not real issues, such as...
all saw the corruption, and we kind of knew what was going on. And then it got to California, and we knew that something bad was going to happen, but I still had hope because I worked my ass off. Yeah. Let me tell you, I worked day and night. I worked so hard that I didn't even know my family for months.
That's right.
And they were, God bless.
See, and that's why I wanna point out. Look at this guy. You know, you can tell that there's a difference in where they stand. You know, like this guy is not of the people. He is not someone with a genuine motive to help the working class people. It's all about knowing who is hosting and pushing and funding these movements. So let me talk quick. I've said this before, but I want to go over it again. I want to talk about infiltrators real quick. And I've been documenting, there's an infiltrator that came to our first protest, and his credibility was, in my opinion, earned at the time because he helped in the No Dabble movement. I literally saw him on live streams. I made content, shared content for him, live streamed with him. But then, you know, I also supported Bernie in 2016. So I have grown up a lot since then. I've learned a lot. And I've learned who not to trust by their own actions. So things like this, you know, people that helped within No Dapple, like, I believe that they are too woke. They're too aware to be posting content that's propaganda. So I'm going to show you some things that I saw with this guy that, you know, exposed for who he really is. Okay, this is the guy. His name is Terrence Daniels. This is his Instagram. He is mourning a war pig. I mean, there's really no reason for him. He says, breaking AIDS says Senator war hero, and GOP presidential candidate John McCain has died. Might not have agreed with him on a lot of issues, but always felt his heart was in the right place. He will be missed. Okay, this is somebody that was in No Napple, and I worked with him making memes. I worked with him on his revolutionary page, and then I started saying, wait a minute, this, I don't agree with this. Why is he doing this, you know? And I started confronting him, and he would never answer any of my concerns about what he was posting. That is another key too. They're very, very good at deflecting. Okay, then they're gonna promote astroturfs and controlled candidates. And I've documented this because I wanted to make this video, you know, and try and show people that they don't, these people don't accidentally support No Dapple, fight No Dapple, and accidentally support Hillary Clinton candidate. You know, they don't accidentally do this. They try and look as revolutionary as they can and then fit in promotion of establishment candidates, frauds. Bernie's a fraud. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, she is a fraud. There is no denying that at this point. You don't join corruption and call yourself a revolutionary, because I'm going to call you out. Okay, they will try and discredit voices of dissent among celebrities that support Trump, in addition to race baiting. And this is more of the divide, you know, aspect of what an infiltrator does. Kanye says he's a voice of the generation. Too bad it's this generation. Okay, this is an extreme exaggeration. Okay, and I'm not defending Trump. I'm not defending Kanye. I'm not defending the Republican Party, the GOP. I'm not doing that. My issue here is that they're turning Republicans into victims, because the victims of misinformation, and it's only going to create more Trump supporters, and I don't want that. I want people to unite outside the system, and I think a lot of people feel the same way. So when you see stuff like this, call it out, because it's deliberate. It's not by accident. This guy, you know, he's seen what the American government will do to citizens at No Dapple and Native Americans, and he sees the violence that they will take on us. There's no reason why he should be pushing a narrative that helps the Democrats and helps the Republicans. No excuse. Okay, they will do whatever they can, share whatever images or videos that turn advocates for the DNC into victims. Okay, this is some more of this. They need people to be victims, first of all. They need that back and forth. Okay, this to me is a non-issue. Okay, this was an image edited showing a victim of a false flag event and turning her into more of a victim than she already is, saying, okay, look, these Republicans are changing this image of her, and so making her into more of a victim, trying to give her more publicity, trying to give these victims who promote the Democratic Party, you know, a free pass, basically. Trying to make it where it's uncomfortable to say, hey, wait a minute, this may be wrong, whoever made this image, and I guarantee you it was probably him. It was him or somebody he knows that made this, to make this girl into even more of a victim than she already is. And you know why they're doing that? Because people are not believing the false flag narrative. So they got to do whatever they can to make her look, you know, as much as a victim as they can, because that's how the DNC rolls. Now this guy, I've made statements. This guy's not allowed anywhere near a protest. If he shows up, I don't know what we're gonna do, but he is not officially allowed to be at our protest. This is him. We've blocked him, but he's going to continue his misinformation campaign. He's personally told me in private message that that he has somehow infiltrated the Nina Turner campaign, yet nobody in our circle knew about what he was doing. He wasn't reporting any content to us, any information to us. He wasn't documenting anything about the crimes within the DNC. He wasn't relaying any information from her campaign to us. So that shows us over a long period of time that he was, hoodwinking us, thinking that he was, infiltrating them, but really he was infiltrating us. So they're very sneaky. He is also the gentleman that, I wouldn't really call him a gentleman, but he is the guy that started a slight altercation, verbal altercation with somebody at one of our protests. Luckily, it was towards the very end of the protest, and so people were already dispersing anyway. But so it's like with all the things I've shown you, plus he actually caused a verbal altercation at our protest, hoping that maybe he would somehow discredit our movement. But he failed. He failed. We've documented it. He's no longer allowed, but I guarantee you this is going to be a common occurrence. We just have to document it. Let me see. Okay, when people say getting involved locally, I agree with that. I really do think that people should get involved locally, but I really hope that people will stop investing their time and money investing in a system that is broken. So if you do get involved locally, please get involved from outside the system. Whether you're helping homeless or you're starting your own movement, please do not waste your time with organizations that are hosted or funded by people that want to strengthen this corrupt system. So, for example, like our revolution, which is claims to be a nonpartisan organization, nonprofit, they don't publicly show who is their complete investors. So we know that it's genuine citizens that are promoting it and funding it, but we don't know who and how much money is being put into it from the establishment, because we know that it's created to help the establishment. We just don't know how much money is being invested in it. So I just want to warn people, like, please know what you're supporting. When you're putting effort into something, know who hosted it, know who, created the idea, know what they're promoting, and really ask yourself, is this something I really believe in? Is this something I really should be supporting? That's about it. I just wanted to say, there's so much astroturfing and there's so much infiltrating. You just don't let fear get a hold of you. Just use your brain, just use your brain. That's about it. I have a PowerPoint that I'm working on about controlled opposition, so I'll do part 2 of that probably tomorrow. I have to go to a doctor's visit today, but I hope that clarifies some things. Okay, so like, just to sum it up, astroturfing and controlled opposition, these protests, you'll see that they have professionally made signs. They have a large crowd, and the movement will all of a sudden appear out of nowhere. It'll have public or elected officials supporting it, police supporting it. They'll pay the government for permission to protest. These are signs that, the movement is not really what you think it is. So just be wise. If you ever are wondering about an event or a movement or any type of direct action that promotes violence, that is another key sign. Please stay away from events that promote violence. If you have any questions, you can contact me on Facebook or my email, memenews@protonmail.com. Till another day.